Jai Mother. Charanam Sharanam Ramambige. Charanam Sharanam Trayambage. Those days at Tellicherry always evoke in my heart most holy and poignant memories. It was an immersion of the mind, nay, of the total being, in the sea of divine love. For that love alone brought Mother from the heights of non duality to keep her incessantly engaged in love and service to each and everyone. Love manifesting in multiple ways to minister to and to uplift numberless souls. Love alone was the great motivation behind that self ordained life of Grihastha to teach, to inculcate, through direct experience, the greatest moral and spiritual lessons in an all embracing philosophy of spiritual life. In her presence and proximity, one felt the presence of God. Mother often reminded us life is a drama. All are actors on the stage. All have to play their assigned roles with perfection and efficiency so as to win the applause of the audience. But each actor on the stage knows that he is playing only a role and never forgets his identity. So, so also you are the ever free, pure and eternal Atman, and never losing this awareness, play your various roles in life with perfection without clinging to the notions of I and mine. Ever and anon, these simple directives came, but always conveying the wealth of profound meaning and significance. Thus, in diverse ways, we lived those days in perpetual joy and peace, verily in tune with the infinite. Many were the significant revelations that occurred at that divine abode during Mother's sadhana and the years after. It was after the attainment of the Nirvikalpa Samadhi when gradually outsiders came to know of Mother's divinity through some disciples who had been blessed with initiation. Even earlier, seeing her extraordinary perfection and glowing divinity, during Mother's sadhana, some had pleaded to Mother to grant initiation. But inflexible was Mother, holding aloft the principle that the true Guru should be one who had transcended the frontiers of duality and has become one with Brahman, for such a great Guru alone can redeem man from the bondage of samsara. Hence it was that until the non-dual Brahman was experienced in Nirvikalpa Samadhi, Mother did not accept anyone as a disciple. It was those days after her experience of Nirvikalpa Samadhi that devotees, sannyasins, and other sadhakas began to visit that ashram of unalloyed peace. Mother was there to serve them all with the equipoise of a yogi and the tender love of a mother. The great and glorious Garhastya life blossomed out, illumining hearts, enlightening the minds, and transforming those who reached that heaven of refuge. Into the stark ignorance in humans, she brought forth the rays of wisdom. Her hospitality knew no bounds to the rich as well as to the lowly. Once it happened that a close friend of Bhagawan was celebrating his daughter's marriage. In those times, it was hard to find comfortable and convenient places to accommodate the bridegroom's party. The father requested Bhagawan to accommodate the whole party at his house. Bhagawan was always very obliging to such matters, never minding his own inconvenience in having such a large number of guests. As for the bridegroom's party, the father and some others were very anxious and doubtful of their reception there, as they had heard rumors of Mother's spiritual absorptions and samadhis. In such a home, who will be there to welcome them and care for their comforts, especially as they knew that Bhagawan was aged and unable to be very active. So, with troubled minds and tired, after the journey they arrived at the abode. Great was their surprise to see Mother herself awaiting them with water and towels to help them have a wash before breakfast. A sumptuous repast was served, Mother anticipating their needs and tastes with watchful, loving care. All were caught up in that web of motherly love. Everywhere they felt that elusive fragrance, and Mother's charming face of radiant purity and lofty beauty uplifted their hearts. Many felt that they had come to their own Mother's home when Mother quickly and deftly arranged for their bath and rest and looked into their other comforts. The bridegroom's father was talking to Bhagawan, who was resting on the veranda, when at 10 o'clock Mother arrived there with a cup of tea for the guest. He was amazed because it was his daily habit to have a cup of tea at that time, and the wonder continued as to how Mother knew this habit. Such was Mother's life of dynamic spirituality and dharmanishta that she knew beforehand the needs of all who came there with her divine attributes of infinite love and understanding. Through her own life, Mother taught that woman can ascend to the peak of yoga and convert the home into an ashram of peace. And as we follow her holy footprints in and through the labyrinthian paths and bypaths of Garhastya Dharma, clearly and steadily we find the path stretching and converging to the horizon of self-illumination. Through the ups and downs and joys and ills of life, sensing, seeking and understanding the essential truth and value in each duty, finding God's hands in the events and happenings, discerning the real and discarding the unreal, looking upon all hardships and tribulations as opportunities for our betterment, we march on bravely in the sadhana in Garhastya Dharma. Mother's heartening and reassuring words are there. Now the time has again come for the Grahastha to regain his past glory. This is the precious opportunity for you, my children, to ascend the heights of perfection, for you have your own eternal Mother in your midst to lead you to the God. Mother has come with the redemptive force to lift you all to the summit of God vision. One of those days, some guests came, and it happened that one of the ladies became very ill. All that day, Mother worked incessantly, helping in the kitchen, as well as nursing the sick lady. Here it must be said that when she was at the bedside of the sick, she became the perfect nurse, never overlooking the minutest details. She herself cleaned the bedpan and other utensils used by the patient. Forgetting all about her own food and personal needs, Mother was on the alert to soothe her and to alleviate her suffering. Her heart was aflame with a joy indescribable, the joy of service, and later she said that the joy of that service was as great as the bliss derived from absorptions in samadhi. These great aspects, as nothing else, reveals her unique power to identify herself with each phase of that home life and its obligatory duties. Another instance comes to my mind. There was a wedding at a neighbor's place, and those people were known to Bhagawan and Mother. They were not in affluent circumstances, and it was difficult at those times to get good cooks. Besides, the charges were high also. The time was approaching for the auspicious hour of wedding, and the housewife was in an agony of distress as 4 more eatables had to be prepared in a couple of hours. She had many other important matters to attend to as well. She was one of those who had great reverence and devotion to Mother, and she prayed to her for strength to accomplish all in due time. At that same instant, Mother in her home had finished all her duties, and a sudden urge came to her to go to the neighbor's house. She sought Bhagawan's consent, saying that she was just going to see if they needed any help, and with his approval hurried away. When Mother arrived there, the lady and all the others in the household came forward eagerly to welcome her with due honor and making ready an honored seat for her. But Mother ignored all this and hastened with the lady to the kitchen, telling them that she would like to see if all eatables were ready. She knew at once that 4 more eatables had to be prepared. They had no time even to protest. Mother began to work quickly, finding the needed ingredients, frying and grinding them, putting the pan for boiling the oil and melting the sugar for making the sweet laddus. It was as if several hands were working simultaneously. The laddus were made and arranged quickly and neatly on the plates, even as the sweets displayed in shops, and very soon the 3 other eatables were also prepared, while the lady of the house attending to other important work. In an hour everything was ready, and when the guests began to arrive, Mother quietly took her leave as it was time to serve Bhagawan. It was only the next day when this couple came to Bhagawan and related with tears of gratitude the great service Mother had done to them, and how Mother had responded to the lady's silent prayer, that Bhagawan came to know the purpose of Mother's hurried visit. Even these glimmerings from that divine life teach us how we have to go forward on the path chalked out by Mother, which winds up into heaven's resplendent pastures, and fearlessly scale the high peaks of life's ultimate values, and still go on and on till we attain the uttermost pinnacle of God realization. Charanam Sharanam Ramambige, Charanam Sharanam Trayambage. Jai Mata.